Second, guys. That's crazy how the neighbor just sits outside listening to my thing. It's okay, whatever. It's whatever. It's like, good luck with that, lady. All right, so first we have orange pineapple ice cream. All right. So on a hot summer night, there's nothing like a scoop of sweet, citry ice cream to cool you down. In Florence, a place called Trown Bridges, orange pineapple is something like a creamy orange pop with small chunks of pineapple added for texture. The recipe for this unique... What the hell? Why the fuck does that happen?
MRSJ the mermaid said, I'm still left. MRSJ the mermaid said, oh back.
Okay, we're back. All right. So, just give it a second here. The first we're going to learn about orange pineapple ice cream. Popular dish. Are we back, Mrs. J? We're back for sure. I don't have it over here. Let me check.
MRSJ the mermaid said, Dole Whip kinda.
Yeah, the Dole Whip kind. I'll show you a picture here. So Alabama, they're known for a lot of orange creamy stuff. So this is the orange pineapple ice cream. The recipe for this unique ice cream has been attracting customers for over a century. Like I said, it's a scoop of sweet citry ice cream with chunks of orange and pineapple in it. So that looks pretty good. Like I said, Alabama is one of the hottest states in the United States. So up next, we have fried pork skins. Now, I don't eat pork, or I try not to, but fried pork skins may be eaten around the world, but the South lays claim to the best.
You can send Mr.G.
There's a place called Florence Otis where the skins are fried until they're light and crispy and almost fluffy. These satisfying crunchy snacks can be ordered as a side with the house burger or washed down with a rare whiskey from behind the bar. While you're there, keep your eyes open. Odette is a frequent stop for fashion designer Billy Reed and other national notables when they're in town. All right, interesting. Anybody ever had fried pork skins? Up next, we have orange rolls. These look like cinnamon rolls, except they're orange. For more than 80 years, All Steaks Orange Rolls have lured locals and visitors back to Coleman Restaurant for more. Made from a semi-secret recipe, these sticky, slightly buttery sweet rolls are topped with tangy orange glaze instead of the classic sugar coating. In addition to being served with lunch and dinner, the rolls are available by the half dozen or dozen to take home. I've never had an orange roll, but it seems like it'd be pretty nice. All right, up next we have sweet potato fluff. Also, I've never had sweet potato fluff. Before sweet potatoes were considered healthy enough to be cool, they were a staple of soul food. They accompany romantic dinners, replace traditional French fries, and are served at family gatherings, especially around the holidays. According to FoodNetwork.com, Pruitt's Barbecue is a signature sweet potato fluff that brings together the best parts of the tuber and the holiday sweet potato casserole. Though it's lighter than the traditional casserole, it's still rich and delicious. It's served at the Gadsden restaurant as a side with Thursday special and is available on its own day. Hey, thanks for the follow there. All right, so that's sweet potato fluff. Now, next up we have meat in three. Meat in three is something that's popular throughout the South, and it's at a lunchtime, according to FoodNetwork.com. Meat and Three. At lunchtime in a Meat and Three restaurant, the line for soul food brings together people from all walks of life and parts of society. In Tuscaloosa's City Cafe, the menu changes daily, so you can eat a different combination at every lunch.
Said, Hi G.
Hi.
Genesis.
For about $6,
MRG_.
you can fill up on fried chicken or meatloaf and 3 sides, thus the dish's name, and wash it all down for a drink. We're willing to bet you can't even spend more than $10 if you try. So the food in the picture there is only $6.
Said, that's just a notification that Mr.G is live.
So the food there, that's only $6. With all of the bad things about the state of Alabama, it does have one of the smallest, lowest, least expensive living rates.
Emmett 81.
All right, up next we have fried chicken.
What on earth is this crap?
So it seems like every southern state is known for their fried chicken. Soul food from this legendary Montgomery restaurant has been fueling Alabama politicos since the 1930s. It's no surprise that Martin's restaurant's most famous dish is its fried chicken. From perfectly prepared, crisp eating with a hint of seasoning to the juicy meat inside. These breasts and thighs are perfectly prepared. The dish has been frequently named the best in the city local paper. Alright, up next we have goat cheese. Alabama is known to have some of the best goat cheese in the United States. And according to the Food Network, few Alabama products have won quite as many awards as Belle Chever's goat cheese. I've actually had this before. They sell it at Costco. The soft, creamy Chever is higher in protein and slightly tangier than cheese made from cow's milk, which has made it popular with local chefs. In addition to plain cheese, the creamery produces spreadable cheese, cheesecakes, and body products. Headed by author and culinary expert Dacia Malacasis, the Elkmont Company has expanded its reach exponentially over the last few years. For those who want the cheese-making experience at home, Belle Chever also offers a do-it-yourself cheese-making kit. Okay, so have you guys ever had goat cheese? I have had it pretty recently. It's really good with red wine. Something else that Alabama is known for is ribs. So those who had the football game at the University of Alabama should plan a quick detour to the country roads towards the original Dreamland Barbecue location in Tuscaloosa. The legendary barbecue joint is part dive bar, part patio, and until several years ago it served nothing other than ribs and white bread. Cooked over a hickory fire, the ribs are seasoned with a dry rub that peeks through the signature red sauce. When you start eating, take the server's suggestion to wear the bib and use the white bread and napkins to soup up any remaining sauce that slipped off the ribs. As Dreamland's tagline goes, ain't nothing like him nowhere. I'm actually not a big fan of ribs. I don't like food that gets your hands messy, really. I don't like my hands to be messy. Okay, up next we have a tomato pie. The tomato pie is as simple as the rest of the menu at the Carly's restaurant is varied. Fresh tomatoes, bacon, and basil make it the heart of the dish, but the sauce on top makes it special. The combination of salt, pepper, green onions, mayonnaise, and cheese is added just before the pie goes into the oven at the Scottsboro spot. It's not hard to see why it was the winner of the Alabama Food Official Dish of the Year title just over a decade ago, and the appeal remains the same. So, that tomato pie, very simple ingredients. Some of the best things I've noticed in life are made from simple ingredients. All right, up next, doesn't sound too good, shrimp and grits. According to foodnetwork.com, shrimp and grits first came about as a breakfast for low country fishermen. Now it's practically Alabama's official dish. Around the state, you'll find it made in a range of preparations, including spicy, peppery, cheesy, creamy, and even tangy. At a place Aniston's, classic on Noble, the comforting dish is rich and creamy. The grits are cooked slowly with lots of whole milk and heavy cream, and andouille sausage, and bacon join the shrimp along with fresh collard greens and chopped tomatoes. If you plan to visit for brunch on Sunday, you're double lucky. The shrimp and grits is part of their buffet. Well, they made it sound pretty good. All right, up next, we have peach pie and peach ice cream. So I thought this was like banana pudding, but apparently it's something else. During the summer, Peach Park in Clanton offers more than just peaches, but the ice cream stand and snack shop remains the true attraction. When the park was founded, the extra peaches were driven to New Orleans to sell, but many of the delicate fruits were damaged in transit. To prevent losses, the family behind the business decided to start making ice cream and pies with their bruised and excess goods. The result was so successful that Peach Park now sells hundreds of gallons of ice cream each week and more than 50 pies each season. All right. So up next, we actually do have the famous banana pudding, which is the most famous dish at Golden Corral, which is one of the a restaurant I used to work at in Texas. So banana pudding. There are as many variations on banana pudding as there are styles of barbecue within the state of Alabama. Though the simple pudding is made up of layers of vanilla custard, banana slices, and Nilla wafers, it can be topped with whipped cream or meringue and served either hot or cold. In Alabama, homemade is best, but many sources hold that Sister's Restaurant's sweet and creamy 1997 recipe is the best you can get at any restaurant. So that's banana pudding, yummy, very popular dish. Up next, not so more popular, is pork and greens on grits. According to FoodNetwork.com, Sauls Soul Kitchen, which opened in Birmingham in 2012, serves the pork and greens on grits and has held a place of honor on the menu. The dish layers of cheese grits, vinegary greens, smoky pork shoulder, and rich onion rings combine a lot of different comfort foods on one plate. But the taste melded so well that the dish is delicious even when reheated the next day. The pork and greens was originally supposed to be a special for just a couple of days, but it remains so popular that it's still on the menu, and on the menu at Sauls Juke Joint as well. The portion is enough to share, but most people order one just for themselves. So that was pork and green on grits. So another more simple dish is green beans.
Lots of soul food.
Yeah, lots of soul food, green beans as well. Sometimes the simplest dishes can be the best. At Albany's Bistro in Decatur, a dish called Mom's Meatloaf is served with green beans, reinforcing the meal's homey feel while bringing it thoroughly into the realm of fine dining. The key, fresh local beans combined with bacon, onions, and secret seasoning for the perfect twist on this classic comfort food. So just like you guys said, class, comfort food. Cheese biscuits. Now, I thought those were only served at Red Lobster, but apparently they're popular in Alabama. According to FoodNetwork.com, Jim and Nick's may be best known for its barbecue, but the cheese biscuits could be the most exciting part of the meal. Served with every order, these sweet and salty muffins are studded with tiny bits of cheese that crisp up near the outside of the muffin. They're the perfect appetizer for a loaded baked potato or pulled pork sandwich. If you'd rather make them at home, the mix is actually available for purchase, both in stores and online. So if you want to make your homemade cheesy biscuits, you can order Jim and Nick's cheese biscuits online.
Mermaid said, yummy.
Up next, we have similar to cheese biscuits, but they're crab cakes. So they're cheese biscuits, more more refined cousin. So crab cakes, according to FoodNetwork.com, since Sue Lemieux introduced her crab cake on the menu in 1990, Fox Valley Restaurant has become known for the dish. The Chesapeake Bay style crab cakes are light and flaky, made almost entirely from crab meat instead of breadcrumbs and fillers. In fact, the dish is so popular that the restaurant goes through about 50 pounds of blue lump crab meat from the Gulf of Mexico each week. If you can't find its mailing location or would rather stay closer to the city, stop by any Western supermarket to grab some of Fox Valley's crab cakes to eat at home. So just like in Hawaii, where the supermarkets carry a lot of local Hawaiian restaurants food, like Zippy's, you can buy these crab cakes at your local Alabama supermarket. So grits have been real popular on the menu, but grits come up again. We have baked grits. 8-time James Beard Foundation Award finalist Highlands Bar and Grill in Birmingham, Alabama, makes refined Southern food backed with classic French technique. Its style is captured perfectly by its baked grits. The signature appetizer is a light, almost souffle-like cake of locally ground grits, cheese, egg, butter, and white pepper baked on an individual portion. Served with a rich, buttery sauce, the dish is overlaid with wild mushrooms and country ham, garnished with fresh thyme. It's simple, iconic, and totally luxurious, just like the Highlands is. So that's a very luxurious grits. Those are the most expensive grits you'll ever buy. Now, up next, this is odd. I've never seen chicken served like this, but apparently in Alabama they serve chicken and white sauce. And according to Food Network, barbecue sauce takes many forms within Alabama, but the steak's unique contribution to the art form is a creamy mayonnaise-based white sauce served over smoked chicken. If you've never heard of it, you're not alone. A number of red sauces are available at most southern grocery stores, but white sauce is rarely found outside of Alabama. Bob Gibson, the founder of Big Bob Gibson Barbecue in Decatur, is credited with having invented white sauce all the way back in 1925, and his original Decatur location has been making it ever since. Interesting. I don't knock it till you try it, right? I mean, come on. Okay, up next, but it just looks odd, you know. We'll talk about odd. Up next, we have fried oyster tacos. Now, fried oyster tacos are known to be fried, crispy, and served with slaw. This way, it cuts the grease of the fried oyster. And a slightly spicy, creamy sauce and greens.
www.
The oyster tacos at Dragonfly Food Bar, made with local oysters, are available a la carte. Ordering one or two along with more for the fun. Fresh fusion cuisine on the Fair Hop menu, or commit solely to the oyster tacos. The choice is yours. Interesting. So up next we have PB&J, but this is a special served in phyllo bread. Or is it pronounced phyllo bread? Well, according to FoodNetwork.com, these days many chefs pull inspiration from childhood favorites, but few places have taken on the challenge of updating and elevating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. As the story goes, Cotton Row chef and owner James Boyce forgot to make dessert for an event he was catering. Using the ingredients he found in the kitchen, he whipped up this treat with phyllo instead of the traditional white bread. It was so popular at the event that he quickly added it to his Huntsville restaurant menu when he got back to the restaurant. Okay, so it's a fancy dessert made with PB&J. Okay, so one thing that I really am looking forward to making soon here is fried green tomatoes. Some foods are just as good as they look in the movies, but the fried green tomatoes at the Irondale Cafe might just be better. Since the release of Fried Green Tomatoes, the movie based on Fannie Flagg's book, the crunchy, slightly tart slices of ripe tomato have been flying off plates. Typically, the cafe sells 600 to 800 slices a week, and you can order the treat as a side or a main course. So here in the picture, you have fried green tomatoes with fried chicken. Fried green tomatoes is also very popular in northern New Mexico. We used to make them there at the farm that I worked on, and they were very popular and very, very delicious. Up next, we have pecan pie, which is also very popular in Texas, where I'm actually from. But pecan pie, according to FoodNetwork.com, is one of the most popular desserts in the state of Alabama. Pecan pie is one of the staples of holiday season in the South in general. Unless you're deadly allergic to nuts, bless your heart. A slice and a cup of coffee should be your next dessert in Greensboro, Alabama. There's a place called Pie Lab, a combination cafe, design studio, and social change incubator. Each bite of pecan pie is rich and buttery, with a crunch from a toasted pecan halves on top and crispness from the crust on the bottom. If your travels take you to Birmingham but not to Greensboro, don't fret. Revelator Coffee Company sells Pie Labs wares by the slice. All right, last up we have steamed shrimp, Aquila Royal Red Shrimp. Steamed Aquila Royal Red Shrimp. And according to Food Network, few trips to the Alabama coast are complete without a shrimp boil. At King Neptune's, the buttery royal red shrimp pulled from the nearby Gulf of Mexico are steamed head-on and served with traditional red potatoes, corn on the cob, and garlic toast. This old-school eatery is less than a mile from the beach, making it the perfect spot for lunch and a break from the sun for a satisfying dinner to end the day. So we have steamed royal red shrimp. And if you guys have seen the movie Forrest Gump, you know that in that movie, Forrest's army friend is named Bubba. Hey, everybody. His army friend is named Bubba, and during that movie, Forrest Gump, Forrest is from Alabama. I didn't mention Forrest at all, but he goes to the University of Alabama. At least I remembered him during the lecture because of the shrimp. And during the time that his only friend in the military is a guy named Bubba. And Bubba lists off all the different kinds of shrimp. And he's from Alabama. They're both from Alabama because, like, in the military, during those times at least, you would, go into your unit from people that are similar. So right now I'm going to play for you Bubba kinds of shrimp from Forrest Gump.
I didn't know who I might be, but what they Columbus brother. Well, that's Forrest Gump. Like his mama cooked me that wants to know too. Bubba's family.
MRSJ the Mermaid said,
Have you ever been to Bubba Gump's restaurant?
No, there's one in Hawaii though.
Okay.
I've never ate there.
What's your sole purpose in
Look, this doesn't sound like him.
Do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant. God damn it, come. Yep.
Listen, I fit in the army like one of them.
What you do is you just drag it right, 2 men, shrimp in 10 hours. That's what you spend on it.
And the so quickly, come. Why did you put that stuff in the ghetto so? If it wouldn't be it's going to be a joke.
Broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp,
Lemon shrimp, pepper shrimp,
coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp,
shrimp and potatoes,
Shrimp stew,
shrimp salad, shrimp potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. I guess that's about it.
That's about it.
You know, believe it or not, you guys wouldn't, maybe you would believe it, but I actually knew that whole movie by heart. I don't watch movies anymore, and my heart's a little different than it was. But that used to be my favorite movie as a kid, and I actually knew that whole movie by heart, and I knew part of it in Spanish as well. But I could recite it as a teenager. As a young person, I could recite that whole movie. So, that movie takes place in Alabama, and Forrest Gump, he goes through Alabama, or goes to the University of Alabama on a football scholarship because he's able to run. You guys have seen Forrest Gump, I'm sure. But Bubba is from Alabama, and Forrest Gump is from Alabama. It's right there on the Gulf of Mexico, and so they have a lot of seafood, as you saw in Famous Foods from Alabama. So, this particular stream has only been about 24 minutes long, which is good because, like I said, I re-upload these onto YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed all the different food that the great state of Alabama has to offer. We previously went over famous people in Alabama.
Lit 81 said,
No, it was G.
We we previously went through famous people of Alabama. I didn't show everything. This is the Alabama state flag. It's just a red X. That's probably like the least interesting state flag. I'll just show you a couple more things about Alabama. Some
MRSJ the Mermaid
farm
said,
facts.
Ugly flag.
Yeah, some farm facts. You guys are grumpy today, huh? Alabama, you know, they grow a lot of chickens, peanuts, and carrots too. So they're one of the top farming states.
Help Mr. G with a donation through Stream Elements. https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
The state tree is the longleaf rim. I didn't show you a picture of the longleaf rim. That's the longleaf rim right there. You gotta know that, right? I'll give you guys a bigger picture of it, huh? Because the longleaf rim, where would we be out without the longleaf rim, right? And if you want to know more about me, your teacher, Mr. G, my website is on the screen, and you can learn as much as you like about.
MRSJ the Mermaid said, check out Mr. G's website, https://gxnetwork.live/.
Thank you. Up here on my left here, excuse me, on my right here, we have a close-up of the state of Alabama. You can see how its different borders. The panhandle of Florida basically takes over the Alabama coastline. So if you look at why is Florida shaped the way that it is, well, because they wanted to punk Alabama off of their coastline, but they're like, we won't take it the whole way. You see, as you can see, I'll show it to you bigger here. So as you can see closer here, Florida just jumps up into the Alabama area. There's no natural border there. Florida was just like, hey, we're going to take your beach because we like beaches, you know. And, you know, if you look there. But that is what it is. They also, they have a small 30 miles of coastline. They border Georgia on the east, Mississippi on the west, Florida in the south, and up in the north, where you can't see on this map, is Tennessee. So, I'm going to update these screens here, but if you're not following the classroom Instagram, at Mr. G live stream. Also, I do a lot of other kinds of live streams as well. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture about Alabama. Special thanks to Mrs. J for being a wonderful help in today's class. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Thanks, Mr. G, for another great lesson and teaching. Clapping hands, light skin tone.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. We will end it with the Alabama State Song, and I will show you some of the famous Alabama landmarks. Tomorrow we're going to have class again. It may not be as extensive as today, but the semester goes on and we continue to learn. So tomorrow's class is going to be all about Ohio, and then we'll have a break, a wonderful weekend.
Stream Elements.
And so yeah, I encourage you guys about same time tomorrow, Ohio. Also check out my gaming streams and my stock market streams. Stock market streams and gaming streams, do those pretty sporadically, but pretty frequently too. So once again, thank you everybody. We're going to go ahead and end with the Alabama State Song. Everybody, it's a miracle that we're all in this speck of dust in the corner of the Milky Way. It's a miracle that we all exist. So let's all be nice to each other and not hurt each other. And that means with words or with violence. Let's just all be cool and chill with each other. All right, so from here in Aloha, I'll see you guys later. And I hope you guys enjoy the Alabama State Song. Once again, aloha.